10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
Joy Seekers are live.
And here we are again. Yes, it's us.
It's us.
Well, four of us anyway.
Yeah, I do miss Marcus. I miss him so much. I really do miss him.
I really miss Marcus as well.
Yeah, we do, yeah. He's obviously watching this. Yeah.
Anyway, where was we? So we got Kev, and we got Terry, and we got Jackie. And Jackie wants to know if Terry has actually got a Skydio so he can pass it down, but no, he hasn't.
Something.
And then we are, look, haven't had TV done, you see, that'll do.
Bring back Marcus.
No.
You bring back Marcus, yeah. Right, so who's in the house? Who's in the house? We've got Chuck, we've got Lauren, we've got Brian. Hi, Brian.
All right, right.
And we've got Jay, and we have Gary, and Steve, and Stephen Neal, and Jade, and Kim, and Sally, and Russell.
We must ask. I must ask Chuck if he's okay for seeing those photographs of his van, of his wagon, or whatever you call it.
Oh, yes.
Chuck.
Chuck. Oh, Mary. Hi, Mary. Oh, I didn't forget Mary. I mustn't forget Mary. She'll
Oh, he's fine.
more than dare do.
And
Harvey. Oh,
Steve, did you have a nice time up in Scotland?
I had a wonderful time. I'm known as the King of Scotland there, or whatever, or royalty. I'm royalty. I was treated like royalty. Honestly, really was. I couldn't have wished for anyone look after me better.
Yeah. I hope you visit.
Mined me and dined me, and we went out flying, and it was absolutely wonderful. The only problem was it wasn't long enough, as far as I'm concerned. To be honest.
Yeah, you didn't go for long, did you?
I've just seen some note pop up. I've lost it now. Where is it? Oh yeah, there are. No, not that one. That one. That's Luke. And Luke's famous as well. Luke, you're very famous. BBC News, the biggest ever freight container. It was coming to Phoenix. So, and Marco, how you doing?
Looks like Harvey's out flying tomorrow. He's got his Mini 2 on charge.
He might be flying out tonight.
I'll tell you what, Harvey. I took my Mini 2. You see that picture behind me flying for him. My Mini 2. I love my Mini 2. It's great. It's a brilliant drone. Anyway, I've got to bring someone in before we carry on any further. So we better play the tune. Ready?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, he's gone.
Oh, for God's sake.
Come
Come back.
Oh, no. Okay, we'll carry on without Bernie and...
We'll pretend that didn't happen then.
Well, yeah, but Bernie was... Oh, hang on.
He's blown.
Right.
He's not doing any...
Let's welcome this week's Drone Seekers live show special guest.
Here's Mr. Sideline himself, Bernie. Welcome, Bernie. How you doing?
Hi,
I feel special here. Look, I'm in Marcus's spot now.
Oh, yeah. What are you doing up there?
I'm not worthy.
How do you like it then, Bernie?
How do I like the DJI FPV?
Hey,
Yep.
Raymond.
I like it very much. It is it's still getting some used to because it flies different than your normal acrocraft.
Yeah.
Could you excuse me for a minute? I want to get a pair of glasses so I can see everybody.
Yeah, but don't borrow mine. Well, so yes. So anyway, we talked
Yeah,
about
Scotland.
Chuck and Scotland. Yes, Scotland. I mean, you probably know I sort of stayed in Newcastle the first night and then drove up to Bernie's, Brian's,
Brian.
Bernie and Brian. That's better. I can see you now, Bernie.
Okay, I can see you guys too. Hi, everybody. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Terry. Hi, Steve.
And, Brian took me to some great places. We met with David. I forgot his surname now, but I'm hoping he might join us tonight. What's this? I'm in the UK. You'll need bloody good glasses to see me, Bernie. We can't see you, Gary, because you won't come on the show with it. No.
He's always here.
We know you're there, Gary.
We know you're here.
Yeah.
We all know.
Oh, who's the kitten?
That's
Oh, I
the
love
kitten.
that.
He's the newest member to the family. And I'm going to post a little group a little later.
Pull your eyes out in a minute.
What's his name?
Bud.
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 Bud and Bernie. Oh.
Come here, Bud. What's up? Little guy, because he's smaller than everybody else. I just little guy. Come here.
Little guy.
Better than Mazzola.
And he's really he's a nice addition to the show. Say hi.
Yeah. Oh, well, we just got the winning formula now, haven't we? I mean, kittens, come on.
Kittens and drones.
Yeah, we win.
I'll tell you, Biggles has had a vacation as well because Biggles come to Scotland with me.
Excellent.
I saw that, yeah.
And he really, honestly, it's amazing. He just sat there, just looking in his chair, sort of looking at me and sort of going, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" but kept saying to him, "No, we're not there yet."
Oh,
but so
I bet
he.
you talked to him all the way up, didn't you?
I did, yeah. We talked about all sorts of things. I talked mainly about drones, but he didn't seem very keen on the idea of drones himself. But what was worrying, we went out flying. When I got up there, Brian, this other guy, Davey, come over, and me and Brian sort of walked off to Hume Castle to do some filming around there. And I suddenly thought, how is Biggles actually going to react? Because normally when I get my drones out here, he's like, don't like that. And he runs into the other room. And I thought, now he's going to actually see the thing whiz up and down and take off. But he just laid under this bench where we sort of like stopped to fly.
Not interested.
And he just like, whatever. So
He probably just thinks they're like a big bumblebee or something.
Yeah, but I mean, the good thing about it, he didn't even try and sort of run after it. But no, we were from 3 drones flying around, and he was good. So
but we're always mindful, though. Whenever we're flying, like on Tuesday, we were over at a big the reservoir.
Right.
Yeah, it was stalked, wasn't there?
Yeah, this great big stalk. We don't want to get too close, but it was a really nice thing to look at from height.
Right.
And without scaring it at all. It's similar to the hawk that we filmed the other day. But you've got to be mindful, I think, of all the animals around, especially on the nature areas.
See, that's what I was discussing. So I'm scaring the fish. Scaring the fish. Next time I'll come, I'll get some little headphones for the fish. There's little earmuffs, they can. Honestly, scaring the fish.
And where?
I've got a question for Bernie because I know Bernie you bought the drone, didn't you? But not the goggles.
And the controller.
No, not the goggles. But I have a friend of mine who's he's one of those people that is the first one to get an iPhone and first one to get this drone and stuff like that. Yeah. And so he does have the new goggles, the V2s, and one of the biggest advantages that I've noticed so far is its reception compared to analog. Is you have this crystal clear picture,
Very
that
much
is
so, yeah.
unbelievable. Now, and I also took it. I fly at this one field all the time, so it makes for a great reference. And this is where I practice, orbiting the structures, testing kind of limits and stuff like this. And I went in a direction that I was not able to go remotely as far. And I could see at one point, I was behind me, and there was just a ton of foliage between me and the drone.
And no issues.
And I saw it to start to pixelate, and I immediately just went up.
Because the problem is with that, Bernie, is what I find is so frustrating. Of course, if you don't get that back, the thing just slams its anchors on, and it goes into return to home mode.
Oh yeah. It's happened to me a couple times. I'm not familiar where all the switches are. It's low battery. It's going to return to home, and I didn't know where the switches were until I took off the goggles. And
it would be interesting, Bernie. Are you thinking about getting the motion controller for it, then, or you can skip that?
No, I like the two thumbs.
Yeah, I think that's one of the questions, because obviously, I prefer the motion controller personally.
No, I tried it.
It's like a joystick of playing up, down, left, right.
Right, but I tried it for 5 minutes, so I can't really give you any kind of opinion on it. The only thing is, and if I did it for 10 minutes or for 3 batteries, I think I would have got the gist of it, how you move the stick to make it to do one.
That's right.
But
yeah.
Just when I thought I was getting it, I wasn't doing what I thought I was going to be doing. I'm out me wide open, so there's nothing to hit.
You're used to the sticks. Anyway.
I'll say, with the sticks, I still don't know how to fly the drone backwards with a motion controller. I'll be quite honest with you. The only thing I can do is actually turn the whole thing round the other way, so it's facing me. Whether that works or not, but
you have to turn 360, stand on your head, and
no. Oh, hey,
what you do, Jackie?
Be careful going backwards. There's no motion sensors back there.
Well, no, but if you're high enough, Brian, you're not going to hit any. Apart from that viaduct there, I'm sure, because that viaduct is so tall. It's like, but yeah, Brian had to go with the DJI FPV drone, and I think he was like all of us. You first fly it, and you know the speed it's capable of. Even in normal mode, it's still 30 miles an hour. It's not a lot, I know, right? But Bernie's probably used to that sort of speed anyway.
What I did notice, Bernie, you've got different antennas on your goggles.
Yes.
These were, like I said, the goggles are my friend's, and so he's let me use them. When it's time for me to get my goggles, I'll probably replicate what he has, because I really like the picture. And why
are they different though? They're like there's a cat on your shoulder. It's another one. There's a big one that is.
Yeah, for the propellers.
I have the drone bag right here, and I'm gonna open up the drone so that we can look at them, and maybe
talk about the antennas on the actual goggles.
Yeah,
I didn't notice it. Terry noticed it. I didn't notice it, and now I'm just intrigued.
Terry's tried to fly several times without putting the antennas in.
So Chuck's got to send us out to me. So Chuck, we're right, Chuck. You've actually got a Mavic 2 Pro, a Mini 2, and an FPV drone at least. Yeah.
That's it.
They're big, Terry. I think they're just wider.
No. Come here. Would you
get down? Stop trying to smash the studio up.
Yeah, the normal ones.
You get to see him for a minute. This is Marley. He could be. He's feisty.
All cats are feisty. That's got to be Ross. Hi, Ross. I'm guessing it's Ross.
Hi, Ross.
So I'll tell you what I'll do. I will. Hi, Ross. I will chime in on the Drone Seekers group with the nomenclature of the antennas and a price and like where they got them, where he got them from.
Yeah, it would be interesting because I mean I'm just wondering whether or not that would actually make any difference to the range. Because I saw a video. I'm trying to think who it was there. Done a video on here of the FPV drone, and they flew it for a fair old journey. Now, if I fly any distance whatsoever, it soon starts breaking up the image.
Well, I was flying it on Tuesday and I got 700 meters, I think it was.
Before it started breaking up.
I got scared. No, it didn't break up at all. I just got scared.
Kev, me
I
and
was in
you,
sport mode.
Jerry, you're never too old to fly FPV. Trust me.
Say that again, Jackie.
me and you, Kev, we're in the minority, aren't we, now, without our FPVs? I posted a video this week, and do you know what? I can't remember who it was, but someone commented, yeah, and they saw that I was flying my Mavic Platinum Pro, and Terry was flying a DJI FPV.
Yeah.
And they said it was nice to see an old drone and a new drone. I was like, oh no, poor Platypus is suspended.
Well, but Jackie, it's still a good drone, though, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Hey, today I'm going to be going to the flying field. I mean, for you guys, it's the tail end of the evening.
It is.
Right now, it's midday. It's midday.
It
for us.
was an FPV drone.
I got cats.
His cat's just eating the aerials. You're not going anywhere, Bernie.
Yeah, I know they love to chew on that. And I got all three cats in here right now because I'm in here.
Gary
I love you.
says you never throw an FPV, but I've always been very aware of personal safety. This is very true. I must admit, I would be not happy with two people because, someone you concentrate so hard, someone can quite easily sneak up on you, couldn't they?
I tend to keep my back to the car if Jackie's moved away because we always fly together. So I tend to sit down with my back to the car. And if I hear anything, then I'll use the road over and have a look round me.
I've never thrown my FPV drone on my own, ever.
I have, but cautiously.
Yeah.
Very cautiously.
But I'm getting used to how it likes to fly. In sport, you can. I'm reviewing the footage, and I can get a nice soft flow with the standard settings. And I just it's amazing craft, and I haven't flown this one in manual yet. I have a firmware update issue, and my friend who has the goggles, he's going to help me with that later on today. So today I might be doing some manual, but just testing how it flies.
Yeah,
I'm sure I will like it. It'll be different. But I just can't say enough about the signal. Where I've flown this where I've had to bail with my analog before.
I found, Bernie, as I've got more and more into using it, the softer you are and the easier you are on the sticks, the performance you get. And it will tend, if you overcompensate, it will just stop. And it will really badly judder.
I mean, the noise it makes, if you just, I don't know if you've tried this, Terry, in sport mode, if you just a flat out, say 62, 63 miles an hour, you just let go of the sticks, the noise it makes, you sound like it's going to fall out of the sky.
Yeah.
You just goes, you scream.
I really had to take my goggles off. I said to Jackie, I've never seen it fly in sport mode. And when I actually pushed the stick way forward, didn't it go? It really didn't fly.
Well, the thing is, what you want to try, Terry, is pull off sort of like ginger quite slowly, and then just when you get to about 20 foot in the air, just give it some welly, and you sound like it's just like the noise it makes is an incredible sound.
It was. I thoroughly enjoyed it. We're going to possibly go back on Tuesday, so I might
fly over people's heads in sport mode. Anyone for a haircut? Well, to be honest with you, what I notice, maybe some settings that you can change, but you get red and yellow signs when you're in sport mode. It's warning you that you're about sort of 50 feet or less in the air. And what it's saying is that at 50 feet, it wouldn't take long to hit the ground at 60 miles an hour.
That's one of the criticisms I've got, really, because when you're in normal mode and you're very close to the ground, say you're a meter from the ground and flying,
Yeah.
if you come up with like a tree or a branch, it will stop.
It slows down, doesn't it? It slows down as well.
Then it carries on.
Yeah.
But if you go down in sport mode, for me, it's too fast.
I love
Not
it.
No, not at sort of a meter off the ground.
No. I mean, to be honest with you, Terry, if you was a meter off the ground in sport mode, it would make some. I don't know. I think you'd have a disco show in your goggles.
Yeah, no, it makes for a heart attack, doesn't it? Crikey.
Marley, join some food.
Ollie,
Yeah, see, Brian said Brian and his neighbours were out when I was flying, because Brian's very fortunate to be able to just launch a drone from his back garden straight across his field. So we took we went back to Brian's, and with David, we said, right, okay, we'll get the FPV drone out now. So we're launching from his garden. And his neighbours are all sort of doing various things in the garden. They're all like going, I can hear a drone. I can't see it. I thought, no, you have to look further.
they must be used to it living next door to Brian.
I think they are used to drones. I'm not sure they're used to FPV drones.
Yeah.
They will be, though, Brian, won't they?
He's going to get one, isn't he?
Yeah.
I bet he does.
I'm sure he's got to be persuasive, Brian.
Could be persuaded.
The one thing that got me into FPV was that I've been flying the DJI drones for the longest time. I've been flying since 2013, and the whole thing from the beginning was to stabilize the camera. You take it up, you review the footage, and when you get home, you're like, oh my God, that looks, you get 2 seconds here, 2 seconds there, and you really struggled on balancing your props. A gimbal, back then a 2-axis gimbal was $700 for a DJI gimbal. Holy crap, I know. So when I flew, I was very nervous because that's the camera, the gimbal, and the drone. It was a lot of money. Then 3-axis gimbal came out, and that was $400, so it was better, and that made a world of difference. Still. And now with these the FPV drones, they're flight controllers, which are different than the DJI. It's like you're flying a gimbal, and it can give you a now they don't hover, but what they can do is give you a very good sensation of flying, and the DJI FPV can give you this. A very graceful falling, kind of like a bird would fly kind of deal. That's kind of the way I like to fly.
I'll be really interested to see your manual flying, Bernie, because obviously, I mean, you've been flying FPV for a long while, so you're way ahead of me and Terry. I mean, from me and Terry's point of view, I think flying the drone is almost like flying a DJI drone, any drone you like, Mavic, whatever, but having the sensation of FPV-ness about it. So, and I've always said this, I know we've said this over and over again, but I think the DJI FPV drone is where DJI have actually introduced people who wouldn't normally get into FPV drones FPV drones. As simple as that, So I thank DJI for that, because it's certainly given a new sort of angle to it. And I know Terry now, he flies his. If you fly, when was the last time you flew your Zoom then, Terry?
It's packed away, ready to sell.
So there you go. So yeah, what would you say? But if anyone's looking for a Mavic 2 Zoom, by the way, Terry's your man.
Terry's got one.
He's got a hell of a package there with all the. How many batteries? 5 or 6 batteries?
6, I think.
6 batteries.
Just a year old. I don't want to fly it in case I crash it.
Well, I mean, you've got FPV drone now. You don't need it.
Yeah.
This evening or later on this afternoon, I'll be going to my flying field. I'll be bringing what DJIs I have. I have an Inspire 1.
You still got Inspire? Wow.
Inspire 1. And
that's still a great drone. I mean, that one I had very briefly, which Shane's now got. I mean, he's got a problem with the camera on that now. By the way, I think he said it fell off the table or something. I'm not sure he's got it working, but he had a problem with the camera. But the drone itself, I mean, he's a bit of a beast, but it flies very well for a big drone.
So my camera went bad as well. I didn't crash it. It was a bad processor. And in order to fix it, it was going to be $130 just for the part. But
hey, Johnny.
Nobody makes the part anymore, so you'd have to buy the whole camera from someone else, and then the price is $200-$300. It really wasn't. Inspire 1 is fun to fly.
So Tanya wants to know how do you like the Inspire 1? Well, from my perspective, I didn't have it very long, but I loved it as a drone. Bernie, I mean, apart from the camera problems, I mean, how would you rate the Inspire? It's a great drone.
A very honest flying drone. It is. And I put a GoPro on it, and I put FPV on it. So now, I think last weekend or the weekend before, I was FPVing my Inspire.
Good grief! That's a little bit of a big bird.
With the goggles.
Really?
It's all set up.
Well, you're mad. Look at that, the size of it.
It's a monster. It's like
the world's biggest. Oh, he has as well. Good.
FPV camera.
So they were the first ever I've seen an Inspire use an FPV.
That's the DJI FPV, isn't it?
Yeah, Bernie invented the first DJI FPV drone.
Way, that's cool.
I saw it.
Well, I did it after the other DJI FPV came out. I said, well, I have one too. This was before I got the real one. Got this one, and so it's very.
Yeah, I was watching a film this afternoon about hunting for a whale. What's that?
And
they were using
hands off. You know, you have a panic. You know, hands off. It hovers, stops. Yeah. It has a return to home, which is nice. It has about a 15-minute flight time.
That's the point about return to home.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, can hear you, buddy.
I was flying on Tuesday, and it had an automatic return to home because the battery was down below 23%. So I said to Jackie, let's see how accurate
I can't hear anything.
Oh, straight on the middle of the H, wasn't it?
Straight down the middle.
Hey guys, I have to disappear for a second and then come back because for whatever reason I can't hear anything. So I'll be right back.
All right, finish it. No worries.
I'll be right back.
So Gary was saying he's got a friend who's flogging an Inspire 1. It was last time. Gary, you should buy it.
Yeah.
You know, you come in there. I'll tell you what. That is. I must be the first time I threw that thing. It was like I felt like I was flying a real airplane.
I bet it was brilliant, though, wasn't it?
Tyler says she's still waiting for a Mavic 3.
Well, I thought they were going to announce it on.
You okay there, Bernie? Can you hear? Yep.
I can hear you now.
Perfect. Excellent. Anyway, I was going to show Bernie. Bernie did a flying. I've forgotten the colleges now, but this is to commemorate obviously the loss in 9/11. Was it 2,977?
Yes.
Yes. Sorry.
We just say 3,000. It's just easier. You know what? I think there's a lot of people that have passed related to that anyway. So it's probably over 3,000.
It probably is. Yeah. I mean, I was actually looking. How many flags were there then, Bernie? Was it actually 2,977 or was it 3,000?
Yeah, I believe so.
Right. Okay. Anyway, let's watch this. Unfortunately, when I watched this, it was a bit pixelated, but so if anyone wants to watch the original one, you go to Bernie BD Seidler on YouTube and you can watch the high quality version. So my apologies in advance for that. Okay.
Okay, my respects. So I'm going to take a flight around the flags to show you how pretty it is from up above. This is quite an experience to see all these flags in person. If the car traffic noise wasn't here, You could hear them flutter in the wind, and it has a very peaceful vibe to it. Anyway, show my respects. I will not forget those that lost their life on 9/11/2001. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned.
Thank you very much.
Nice, Bernie.
Yeah, very well flown, and obviously, a very sort of poignant.
And
Was that the drone you used?
Yeah, that's the drone I used. It actually looks much bigger right here, but it's a 3-inch Cinewhoop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can see you've got the prop guards on that, which was a good idea because you're quite narrow between the rows of those flags. And when the wind blows and they're fully extended, obviously the danger of the flags getting caught in the props. So, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
It would bounce off, wouldn't it?
Well, it was. I didn't want to hit any of the props because that might be a little or taken as disrespectful. So when I went through the flags, I didn't have much room, but I could see that the flags had kind of settled down, which made the gap much bigger. And then when the flag started to blow, I had to start finding my exit because the gap got a little bit smaller.
Gary was saying in that Bernie, it would have been so good to actually you could have actually had a bit of slow motion to just add a bit of poignancy. But yeah, I mean, it's sad. It's got everything going for that video. I mean, the soundtrack was, I think, very, very perfect. How did you find that soundtrack, by the way, Bertie? Because I must admit.
Some time back, even Jackie commented on it. I was in a 1 through 50. I was doing a little thing where every day I was going to try and film someplace else.
That's it. Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
And that was one of the soundtracks that I found during the midst of this. And I used it.
Great. Yeah, I've used it in my sunset video. It's a lovely track.
Oh,
it's beautiful.
Mr. Essex, haven't seen you for a while. How are you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you.
Oh,
And Mikey's in the house. Hi, Mikey.
One more little tidbit. While I was filming, there was a news channel truck there with a news broadcaster, or one of the field women, ladies.
Yep.
And I asked them, "Are you guys going to be doing any drone footage or flying around with a drone?" And they said, "No, we don't have a drone." And the person that was that flew the drone, isn't out here anymore. And I just flew it, and I got some really good footage. You're more than welcome to use it if you want. So I went home, made an edit, and sent them the link to it. So they took it off of YouTube, and they did the intro part where I kind of came down and went over the tops of the flags, and they put their own. That was very nice. But anyway, they put their own montage on top of 45 seconds of.
But it's your footage, Bertie. So that's off to you. Steve said he's recovering from a lung transplant.
Yeah.
I know there was something.
Oh wow!
So, yeah, so I hope you are recovering.
Yes.
Steve. So I hadn't seen you for a while, but I know you. I don't think that was the same operation. You had an operation some time ago, but I think I can't remember.
Wow, that's serious, isn't it?
Just in case anyone's wondering, because I know someone said to Marcus earlier on, but Marcus is otherwise engaged. He's just got too big for us now, and so he's sort of gone off to. I think he's where is it? In Florida. He's in Florida.
Yeah, he's working for Disney now. We're too big, too small for him.
Yeah, he's got to work for Disney.
Don't need us anymore.
But we might talk him into coming back next week.
Yeah, we're not letting him get away, eh?
Nah.
What's this? Oh.
Not before I get the rescue for his BLT.
I'm just ready to tell you. I missed it. I'm trying to remember. Yes.
Yeah, we know what Tanya channel is called.
Yeah, Tanya, if you let us know what your channel is.
And we can subscribe.
Yeah, we want more girls. Yeah.
Yes, we do. We don't get many female pilots, and we need more. So, have a word.
We in our flying field, it is very much the same. We have about I would say it's about 95% or even more, 97, 98% guys, something like that, 95.
Yeah.
And so when a woman does come, we tend to be kind of nice for
about 5 minutes anyway.
And it's not to scare them away. And I think that scares them away. Please come back. We'll give you all the help you want. And just so that we have kids, we have, guys, and we need women.
Well, it's strange, isn't it? Because photography is a hobby that both women and men like.
That's correct. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I quite agree.
It's definitely more male dominated. It's just
come on, Stephen. I don't, Stephen. Buy Mandy her own drone. That's the thing.
Yeah,
don't let her fly your drone. Buy her a drone.
A very nice Zoom.
In actual fact, Stephen, I'll let you into the secret. I know someone in Spain, not that far from you, has actually got a very nice Mavic 2 Zoom for sale. So what you could do, you could buy the Zoom and say to Mandy, "Hey, Mandy, have a Mini 2." And he says, "No." Oh, you nasty person. You won't come to Spain.
I must admit, though, when I go sort of into the bar and all my female friends are there, all I hear is, "Nerd alert, nerd alert."
Oh, well, you about drones. Yeah, but there again, Terry, when you think about it, if you was into whatever hobby you've got, not everyone else is going to be in the same mind.
No, they
Yeah.
don't do that. I just thought that one up.
All right. Okay.
That's why
Time to wait for the Mavic Pro 3. I'm not sure how long we have to wait for that, but
is
what
that
I'm really waiting for, to be fair, I'm actually waiting to go power. There we are.
Yeah.
is that for video or pictures?
Say again?
The young lady who's has the drone that she's flying, is it for video or pictures?
Tanya.
I don't know. She's
Hey.
got a YouTube
I'm
channel.
playing. Yeah, Tanya, is that for pictures or video or both?
Both.
Both. There we are.
Well, you should buy a Mavic Zoom, Tanya.
Got one for sale, Terry.
I have.
Steven's selling all his drones there, look.
Loads of
Yorkshire
stuff.
drone things. You got a big drone bundle for sale. Contact me if anyone's interested. Well,
Thank you, Steve.
Steve, put them all on on being a nerd.
Tanya's channel is called Tanya Gale.
There you go.
There you
Tanya
go.
Gale.
Right.
Check
I'll
it
look
out.
up later. Excellent.
Right, so how many are FAA Part 107?
Not me.
No, well, FAA Part 7 wouldn't
Relevant
apply
is
to
fine.
the only person it applied to here is Bernie.
And I'm a pilot for hire. I don't have a license, but I fly for other people that do. Kind of like
Freelance.
Someone who is book smart and has money and has the contacts, but they don't have any thumb skills.
They hire you. Right.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. I just did a little gig yesterday at a baseball training camp, and I flew the Mavic 2 Zoom, a little bit of zooming, and I flew the little Cinewhoop that I had, chasing them, doing their sprints and running around the bases. That was actually kind of neat. And I think I'll post a DVR footage part of this. I didn't get any of the footage, so this is only DVR. It's all staticky and stuff, but it was really kind of cool to do.
This is what you actually see through your goggles, you mean? Yeah,
but not the DJI FPV.
No, just the normal analog, as I call it.
Yeah. Even
Right.
the DJI FPV footage looks amazing.
Yeah, they're telling you in the UK, what it used to be called, well, I think it still is called the PFCO, which is the equivalent to a Part 107. It's actually a bit more complex, a bit more intense, I think, but that's neither but they're slowly going away from it. I'm not sure how it's going to work. It's going to be the A2 CFC and I forgot it was called GVLC or something like that. So yes, it gets more and more complicated all the time.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Chuck
wonderful.
says he is 107.
Say that again.
Chuck says he is 107.
Chuck's 107. I am 107. Oh,
Congratulations.
107. Oh, that's a GVC. Thanks, Kim. Yeah, you helped me out there. I thought it was called. I kept thinking it was GVLC for some reason. Where I got that from. Close, no cigar.
Kim,
Anyway.
Kim, why is it the last time you're getting the PFCO?
They're doing away with it.
Oh, right.
That's it.
So there'll be something else you can get instead.
Well, basically, once upon a time, unless you had PFCO, you could not do commercial work, well, for money, should I say. But now, even with an A2 CFC, I can do commercial work, which is a bit of a kick in the face, really, because obviously people like Kim, who's earned the rewards of doing the KFC, and people like Stephen Timewell, who have done all that, and intense training and tests and whatever. But there's someone like then other people come along and say, well, I can do that now. That's it. So
Now the expense. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm digging my FAA Part 1 from September. I'm just excellent. There you go.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, telling you find that the Part 107. Now that's all sort of written and whatever.
Where does Tanya live?
Where are you?
Oh, yes.
Second.
Marcus has just sent us a message. He says, plane delays. Just now landed in Florida. 1 day late. Sorry I missed the show.
1 day late.
Wow.
Yeah.
It'll take you that long.
Yeah.
I was going to say, where does Tanya live? What part of the country?
There.
Boise.
Oh,
Oh, near Marcus. then.
Yeah, not far.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
So you should have come on the show instead of Marcus. There we are.
BOT.
But Marcus could give some tips on flying, because it's all about
Good.
you have a camera, and I think my intent is to put the camera where it is, to frame the shot, and learning how to get the drone to do that. So it's you're flying a camera, and you're learning how to put the camera where you want it, when you want it, and how you want it.
Yeah.
So it's the skill of flying the drone is very, very important to learn how to put the camera where you want it.
Yeah, Marcus.
Yeah.
He's Mickey Mouse is standing.
Yeah, Gary keeps saying who's Marcus. We don't know who Marcus is, but we're trying to.
But he's not here.
He's not here. No, so we haven't, no Marcus. No, Marcus is in Funland. I mean, anyway, we have another video to watch because we're running out of time fast. And yeah, this you'll appeal to the FPV drone flyers anyway. Chuck said you're going to try it. He's on cheating, Jeff. Maybe I need to try this. No.
You know, when I saw that, I thought that shows you exactly what you can do with an FPV. The way you
there you go, Terry.
When I saw that, it's exactly what you can do with the FPV.
Did anybody else?
It was brilliant. I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Anybody else tilting their head watching that one?
Yeah.
People you say when you fly an FPV drone, you tilt your head, but I don't anymore. Yeah.
That was good though, wasn't it?
Very good. Very good.
Oh, good flying, by the way. I like the way I like flying like that, and I did not tilt my head. And but I was editing my little flag video, and my cat comes to pay me a visit, and I guess he liked the movement of the flag, especially when I went through it, and I had to make certain adjustments because there's a little bit of breeze, and it seems like it was coming from one direction and then coming from another, so I'm moving around a little bit like this, and my cat's doing this while he's watching, and I'm gonna post this in the group. As soon as we get off, I'm gonna post this in the group. It's a little 30-second video, but he's watching me fly because he's sitting right in front of the screen. And wrong move. Yeah, great video. Anyway, I'm gonna post it after this, and it's cute.
Indeed, yeah. Right, so. Oh, by the way, by the way, folks, it's been good standing to the end, or almost the end of the show tonight. Terry Funnings for 8.
Oh, well, we better hear Terry's joke first.
Oh, no, Gary's got one to say. That's obvious.
No, you're not getting off the hook. You're not getting off the hook. Come on.
Well, do I have a subscription to Epidemic Sound because the song that's played is Epidemic? Obviously, that's how I know.
What does it cost for a song?
Say again, Buddy?
Coast to Coast Drones. How much does it cost for a song? Epidemic.
Epidemic Sound.
Keep talking, Vernon. Keep talking.
Yeah, I want to find out how much they cost because I can monetize and check out their library because believe me, music is a hard part.
You get a free you can get a free what do you call it? Free trial.
You pay per song though, don't you? Once you're subscribed, you pay per song.
All right. So what? You could subscribe for free, can you? But you have to.
I can't remember.
For commercial use is £39 a month.
Yeah, for commercial it's extra.
Personal is personal is £10 a month. Commercial is £39 a month, and enterprise. I haven't got a clue what that means. But the whole heat says requests. Anyway, so you're not going to get away with it. So into people.
Right.
Didn't work.
And now it's time for Terry's Joke of the Week.
It's a button, then carry on. As you were, Terry. Terry
frozen.
Nice try.
After much consideration, I got this joke, and I thought, there was this man, worked all of his life, saved up all his money, and it was a real miser when it came to his money. He wouldn't buy drones, he wouldn't buy nothing. And just before he died, he said to his wife, when I die, I want you to take all my money and put it in the casket with me. I want to take my money to the afterlife with me. And so he got his wife to promise him with all of her heart that when he died, she would put all of the money into the casket with him. Well, he died and he was stretched out in the casket. His wife was sitting there, dressed in black, and her friend was sitting next to her. When they finished the ceremony, and just before the undertaker got ready to close the casket, the wife said, wait a minute. And she had a small metal box with her. She came over with the box and put it in the casket just by his heart. Then the undertakers locked the casket down and rolled it away. So her friend said, girl, no, you're not foolish enough to put all the money in there with your husband. The loyal wife replied, listen, I'm a Christian. I cannot go back on my word. I promised him that I was going to put that money into the casket with him. You mean to tell me you put that money in the casket? And she replied, well, I wrote a check and put it in the
Terry's Joke of the Week.
Wrote a check.
Top that, Gary.
Yeah, you got it. Come on, Gary, your turn.
Yeah, top
Just
that.
to let you know that as from next week, we are going to be running a competition. Now, we don't know what it's all about yet, but right.
What's
So,
the prize?
you read one, Gary's one already.
Thanks, Ray.
Dad used to put me in an old tire and roll me down the hill. That was a good year.
Good of you, Gary. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, everyone.
Hey, guys, thanks for having me. Always a pleasure being here.
It's always a pleasure to have you on here, Bernie. You just keep on bringing those FPV drones footage and give me and Terry some inspiration to hit the manual mode, won't it, Terry?
We will, but we're going to give you some inspiration, Bernie.
I missed what Terry said.
We're going to give you some inspiration soon.
Oh, you have, yes.
So Steve's coming over, and we're going to take him to the Five Eyes Bridge, aren't we, Jackie?
Yeah, I like that.
Oh.
How wide are the gaps in, Terry? This big or that
You
big?
can
Or...
just about get a Mini 2 through.
Oh, no.
Well, that'd be all right.
No, it's not that narrow.
No, it's
Is it as narrow as the this thing behind me?
no,
That's completely doable.
It is doable. Everything's doable. You just have to practice a little bit. and a word of advice: never put the props on the wrong way.
Oh no, I've done that.
So right, and I went, and the drone tipped on its side and took a big hack at me, dropped my landing pad.
I've done that.
It was an almighty thud. I went got a goggle on.
Come on.
What the hell was that? And it actually the prop had actually taken a big gouge out my landing pad.
But the best thing though, in your goggles, it says to you, ensure that you put the propellers on the right way. And you
I read that. I read that and thought to myself, don't be so stupid. What are you trying to?
Of course I have.
Of course. Do you think it knows though? Because I only saw that once, and it was the very time I saw that was the time it happened.
What?
The very time I saw that message about putting the props on the right way.
Yes. Oh yeah.
So maybe the drone knew in advance I put the props on the wrong way around.
Oh, it's ESP.
Could be.
It's a clever little drone, isn't it? Eh?
Yeah.
I mean, this is the first time I was actually flying. I think it was last week. I actually got aircraft. There was an aircraft flying around as a Spitfire. It was actually come up in my goggles. There was an aircraft around me.
Wow, that's good.
After I'd landed, we had a Guardia Civil helicopter go in the distance, but that didn't show up at all.
I think he's a
just put her props on the wrong way. Girl power. Girl power.
Yeah.
More power.
The thing is, because of it, the problem with those props, they've all got red. I was talking about them, they've all got red, like the red marks on the end of them, haven't they?
Yes.
I'm talking away, I'm just like putting them on, just right, sat it down. Bye, Gary, by the way.
Hey, a quick tip. They say if the red will kind of tend to show up in your footage, the red tips on the DJI drone. Get a felt tip marker and just mark them off.
Yeah, but if you look at your settings, Bernie, you can you can zoom in just by a fraction.
Yeah,
and you can either do it in the goggles and in the video, or you can just do it in the video.
Yeah, that's
so
it.
It will take out the prop. I leave the props in the goggles so that I know my distances.
Okay.
What about the sound in there? Do you leave the sound on as well or not?
Oh yes, I like the sound. I like to hear it screeching.
I have a quick question before you guys got to go. I'm having a problem with retrieving the footage from the DJI FPV. Do you know, is there a H.265 and an H.264? Can you change that in the drone?
You can.
You can.
Yeah.
And where is that?
Oh, somewhere in the settings. I think it's under camera, Terry.
It's under camera, I think. Yeah.
I think it's under camera, but I must admit, I'm still getting to grips with actually trying to find all the
All right. I'll look
no.
again. I think I've looked there, but I didn't see it.
Props in the goggles out of the SD card on the aircraft.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Props
Right.
in goggles on aircraft, exactly.
So just out of curiosity, Bernie, you asked that question, but so what's the difference between the two anyway?
One is a giant file, and it comes out kind of like a flat color. And I'm pretty lazy, and
Yes, I know what you mean now. Yeah.
and I forget which one. I forget which one it is, but it's a giant, like four times the size.
Chuck may know.
Well, Chuck's got that's H265. That's what I use, and there's very little.
No problem. And what is okay? Are it all depends, I guess, on what you're shooting. I usually shoot in 1080 or D-Cinelite, 1080 60 because the files are smaller. We're watching this on the phone, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Everybody, it doesn't get any bigger than my phone usually, so those file sizes are no need to shoot in 4K.
No, I shoot in 4K and then
I don't on most of my drones before. I can't see the point because, to be fair, I know with YouTube it's 4K, but most video footage, HD, even 2.7 to me, I think is absolutely fine. It is more than enough. But
I just kept it in 4K, and I'm really happy with that.
Yeah.
The only thing is, I use NCH software, Video Pad, and it takes a while for the files to be
to render it,
and to render.
Right, my files are smaller.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And easier to process. And like I said, I'm not doing this. It's on either Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, and that's about it.
So she does 4K 60 as well. I mean, of course, you can always. I mean, with 4K 60. I mean, you put it in software, you can always reduce it anyway if you want to. But I don't see the point of actually creating big files and then reducing it.
Oh, I don't know though, Steve. When you look at some of the landscapes that you're doing, and in 4K, it's just beautiful. And I agree with Stephen there. 4K gives you far more editing options.
I agree too.
I think I do on my Mini. I think it's 4K. I'm sure I've just left it on 4K. That's always on 4K, but I'm not sure about the the FPV. And even the Mavic 2 Zoom, Mavic 2 Pro, I think I don't use 4K on that either, but each their own. I mean, as Steve says, it is easier it does give you more editing options, but it's really the end result. But, right, well, it comes that time of the day again. And Marcus, have fun in Disneyland. Say hi to Mickey and Donald for us.
Have a good
not the president. And Bernie, thanks for coming on the show and talk FPV because it's always great to have you on.
Thanks
for everyone watching. Check out Tanya's website, which is a time ago. And
have a look at that.
Now,
if you check out, she asked earlier on, if you check out, there's loads of there's loads of people's channels on here you want to check out for videos, and obviously Marcus's and Jackie's and
Gary's still here.
Everyone's Gary. Oh, we don't know Gary. He's got this Marcus has actually gone to Disneyland. But anyway, he'll be back next week. So, Brian, once again, Mary, thank you very much for making me feel very special, and hopefully pay the favour sometime. And everything in Scotland is great, and I had really nice weather, 28 degrees. There you go.
Wow.
Who would have said that? But anyway, until next week, stay safe, all that.
Bye bye.
We'll see. We'll be finding the out button. There we are. Where's the out button? That one. Bye
bye.
joining us tonight on the Drone Seekers Sunday Show. It's good night from us until next time. Stay safe and fly safe.